Alright guys, so in this video we're taking a look at the MICROGO M5 Pro scooter. It's an electric scooter. It's got a 36 volt, 7.5 amp hour battery for about 18 miles of range. Of course your range will depend on the terrain and your riding conditions, etc. It folds up with this latch here, and you have to use that red button to release the latch. I haven't had any problems with it releasing accidentally. And when you fold it down, it actually locks the steering mechanism in place, and you actually hold it up by the actual pole here. So the tires on here are 8.5 inches. They are puncture proof, or solid tires. They actually call them honeycomb tires, so they don't fill up the air, and there's no danger of you getting a flat somewhere, or getting stranded. So that's a good thing, but it does mean that you need to be riding this on smoother surfaces. Otherwise the ride's going to be a little bit rough. There is a shock absorber there in the front. It does a decent job, but it only can do so much. There's no shock absorber in the rear. The motor is a 350 watt motor. It's in the front here. It does have regenerative braking. So up here, looks like you have two throttles, but the left one here is actually the electric brake. So it'll actually brake through the motor and as regenerative braking and sends power back into the battery. The throttle is over here on the right, and then you have a manual brake over here on the right, which is in the back for this disc brake, and it works pretty well. The top deck here is 6 inches wide, so plenty of space. And of course all the batteries are underneath there inside the under the top deck. So the scooter has a nice display. Go ahead and press the button to turn it on, and you get your display in miles per hour, your speed, or I guess the different modes. So blue is low, press it to go to yellow, which is medium, and then press it again to go red, which is the high mode. And you get different speeds for each of those. I'll demonstrate that here shortly. You get your battery meter here, so 2 out of 4 bars. You can switch this from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. I think it was originally kilometers per hour. I think you have to triple press the button. 1, 2, 3. That's okay. That's twice. That turns the headlight on in the front. Twice to turn the headlight off. So it's 3 presses. And that changes it from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. If you do 4 quick presses, it will turn on and off the cruise control. So if you, and out of the box came with cruise control on, if you want to turn it off, you have to kick the scooter or push it forward first, and then engage the throttle before it'll turn on. Or out of the box with the cruise control on, basically you can just hit the throttle and the scooter will just go. So up here on top, you do have this little port here for, it's like a USB port. So if you want to plug in like a phone or something, you can charge it off of the internal batteries on the scooter. There is a Bluetooth app, or this actually has Bluetooth, so you can connect to your phone with their app via Bluetooth. However, I did not have any luck getting it to work with my phone for some reason. I have a Samsung Note 20 Ultra. It's a pretty new phone, and the app kept crashing, so I don't think there was too much on there that's very useful. I mean, obviously you can change all the settings via the button here. Other than that, I didn't think the app was didn't look that useful anyway. So if you were worried about that, I don't think you're missing out too much on that. But at least on my phone, I couldn't get it to work. And last up here, you have the obligatory bell. It's not terribly loud, but it's adequate. So in addition to the headlight in the front here, when you do brake, the rear light here in the back will light up. You do also have some lights here on the bottom, some blue lights. So putting the scooter together was actually pretty easy. There weren't no actual instructions in the box, but they do have a link to a video in the manual that shows you the assembly instructions. Basically, you just have to put these 4 screws on. There's 2 over here, and then 2 on the other side to mount this top piece. You screw in the handlebars. And it's pretty standard. It has a sticker on here for left and right, so you can't really mess that up. Do have to screw down the bell and the brake, and there's a bolt here on the bottom to do that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It took literally about 15, maybe 20 minutes to put it together, and getting it out of the box and everything. It was fairly easy to put together. Okay, so let's take this for a ride. We'll see how it performs, see how fast it is in the 3 different speed modes, and get an idea if this is a good scooter or not for your daily commute or not. All right, so we're just at the park. Got some mostly flat surfaces here, and hopefully not too many bumps. We'll see. I think there's some sidewalks over in that direction. So the cruise control will kick in after about 5 seconds. So you let go of the throttle, and I'm going about 9 miles an hour, and relatively flat and pretty smooth here. So you probably don't hear too much of the scooter making a lot of noise. And going about 8 miles an hour now. Going a little bit uphill. All right, so let's 8-9 miles an hour. Let's kick it up to the medium speed. So hit the button there, and it basically kicked you out of the cruise control. So you got to hit the throttle again. Alrighty, so I'm now about 12, 13 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour. So this is slightly uphill here, 15 miles an hour. There's a bump there. The bumps are a little jarring. Otherwise, on the smooth surface, you don't hear the scooter at all. It's really silent. And going 15 miles an hour in this middle speed. All right, let's slow down here. Here's some sidewalks. All right. So there's got some bumps here. So if you don't go all the way on the throttle, it won't initiate the cruise control unless you hold it in the exact same spot. So you can kind of go a little slower. I'm going a little slower in the medium speed, but I'm actually going a little bit uphill here. Just press it all the way here. Yeah, you get full power going uphill. So these sidewalks are fairly smooth here, as you can see. A little bit of bumps, but you don't really hear the scooter too much. See if I can find some more bumpy roads around here. I'm a little scared to go into the top speed. That goes like 19 or 20 miles an hour, which is too fast for me. Yeah, I'm still going a little bit uphill here. All right, that kicked in the cruise control. Yeah, 15 miles an hour on this sidewalk. And this is very smooth sidewalk, so it's not bumpy at all. I'm gonna go up a little further here. So still going a little bit uphill. Since I'm going uphill, I'm going to kick it into the top power. Let's see how it does uphill on full power. 15, 16. So since I'm going uphill here, it's not quite 20 miles an hour, but if I'm going downhill, it's going to go way faster. All right, so there's a little bit of bump there. All right, let's go down this way to the left. All right, so we'll hit the electric brake. Even the front brake here with the motor braking, it stops you quick. So I'm at a dead stop here. I'm gonna go straight here and see how long it takes to go to full speed. Here we go from a dead stop. So 10, 12, 15, 16, 17. So it's going 17 miles an hour, a little bit uphill. I am a heavier rider, so I'm not quite hitting 19 right now. All right, I set the electric brake here. Oh, it stops you quick. It's a little sudden too. Let's go downhill. This is downhill now. From a dead stop, full power. See if I can get up to about 19 miles an hour here. $17, $18. So it's topping out about 18 miles an hour right now. All right, so I think I prefer the rear brake. If you're going fast, yeah. If you're going slow, the electric brake on the left, I guess, I'm not sure if it's regenerative or not, but that one seems to be better at slower speeds. So if you're going fast, I would use the manual brake. All right, so I'm going to drop it back down into medium speed because 15 is plenty fast for me. Cruise control, and so just gonna cruise around here. I've ridden a bunch of my other scooters, electric bikes here at this park before. The surfaces are nice and smooth. It's a fairly new park, so. All right, set the brake. I didn't want to take that turn at full speed. All right, there's a few more bumps here. See if I can find a few more bumps. Here's a bump. Not much there. There's a manhole cover. Yeah, you can hear there. I think that sort of loud sound is actually the shock absorber. All right, we got some more bumps here. Yeah, that sound I think is the shock absorber. Because I couldn't find anything really loose when I was hearing the sound before. But yeah, it's maintaining a consistent 15 miles an hour for me in the second speed, which is plenty fast, I think, for something this size. You don't want to wipe out and get hurt, so. All right, go ahead and slow down here. Yeah, there's another big bump. So every time you hit like a bigger bump, that shock absorber does make sort of a rattling sound. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the scooter. I think it's a nice size, range, not too heavy. Performs fast enough for me. Nice and portable. Overall, I think this is a keeper for me. I'm going to be holding on to this one. Talk to you guys later.